Hey everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Josh Jordan. You can hear us on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5 and see Josh's work at sportsmaphouston.com. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so you get all of our content right here at SportsMap HOU. It's on this side. Hey, Josh, Astros pitching suspect to say the least. You lost all these starters. You lost McCullers. You lost Garcia. You lost Urquidy. And Javier, his fall from grace. Hunter Brown hasn't been what we thought he was going to be. JP France, we had Robert Flores, on the show, and he says JP France is his second starter. I agree. He's the Astros' second best starter right now. But he's not Dusty's, is he?
I don't think so. You know, Dusty tends to lean on his veterans. We've seen that before. You know, we saw McCullers starting Game 3 last year. So that's how Dusty likes to roll. But I will say this, France has the best ERA out of all your starters right now. He's sitting at 287. After Fromber got blown up, he's in the threes. So you can't argue with the results that JP France is getting. And Dana Brown was asked, you know, would you be okay? He was on the flagship. Would you be okay with him being your second starter in the playoffs? And Dana basically said, yeah, if that's what Dusty wants and that's who he puts in there, then I'm good with it.
Well, he did say if Dusty does. And he has reiterated this because I don't think he wants to take the blame for a lot of Dusty's lineups and substitutions and whatnot. So he says, hey, it's totally up to Dusty. Dusty did win, and he's got to, he's got to placate Dusty and make sure that everybody knows this is Dusty's team. And even in a trade, if they were going to trade a guy off the Major League roster, that he would get Dusty's approval on it. But let's face it, I don't know anyone that would do a lot of the stuff that Dusty does, and I don't know that you could trust Javier right now if he was the number 2 starter. Or France, every time he goes out now, I think he's going to throw a great game.
Yeah, you feel like that, and the strikeouts aren't super high with France, but the walks are really low, which is fantastic. And he's consistent. He's got really good spin on his fastball. I know he only throws about 93, but the spin is high quality. The only thing I would caution with France, and I don't mean to dump cold water on this, is he's at about 84 innings. Hunter Brown was at about 84 innings before the month of July started. And since then, you're seeing him go 3 innings, 4 innings, and then you're seeing his ERA, it's jumped up into the 4s with Hunter Brown. So I used him as a comparison because they're both guys that haven't pitched a full season in Major League Baseball before. So I just caution with France as he continues to pile up the innings. When he gets to the point where Fromber is now, and you notice Fromber, he struggled in the last month, and Hunter Brown the last month. I think it's these innings, so they need to be careful with JP France.
Well, and Fromber had the ankle thing, so maybe that is contributing to it as well. I do know this: every time that JP France pitches, I enjoy a cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light. It is the world's most refreshing beer. I am keeping myself chill during Astros games. You need to keep yourself chill whatever you're doing. I don't care what it is that you're doing. It's so hot out there, people. Let's make sure that we keep it chill with a cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light. I heard the broadcast team even mention it the other day, as a matter of fact, about Hunter Brown and his possibilities of Rookie of the Year. We got to start changing that. JP France needs to be in this conversation.
He does. He started late, so he's got a lot of ground to make up. That's the problem. I think he's at 14 starts, so he's going to be behind some of the other pitchers. But if you're talking about guys on the Astros, Yiner, JP France, Hunter Brown, it's got to be France being the leader in the clubhouse. And how much is Yiner going to play going forward? That's another issue.
Yeah, but you're going to, you got a couple of months left of the season. I mean, there's still a lot of time. We got to start the nationally, and Roflo was doing it. He really likes JP France. Nationally, we got to start talking about JP France being in the conversation, especially if he keeps adding up more quality starts and just great starts. Man, I was close to the action the other night when he was pitching, and the ball just pops. It's just different coming out of his hand than it is for a lot of guys. He is really, really good. What a godsend he has been for this baseball team. Just another guy coming out of the minor league system that was unheralded, that has come up to the major league level and done great. It's just what the Astros do.
It is. And he has 4 pitches that he works in a lot, that he can kind of miss in the zone with the fastball and not always get hurt because it has good spin. But he also has that cutter. He's got a slider. He's got a curveball. And the changeup has been big for him. So he's got all the tools, man. He doesn't throw 98 miles an hour, but you don't have to do that.
His second start, I made reference to him on Twitter as BP France because he wasn't all that good. I just want to apologize. I'm going to delete my account because I apologize to you, JP, not BP.